My child tax credit cut child poverty in half and provided breathing room for 65 million children and their families.
We extended the child tax cut that reduced child poverty in America by over 40% in the first year.
Now, what's the ugly truth? The child poverty rate is now double what it was in 2021. That's up 7.2%.
So the game of blaming Joe Biden and his administration for the rise in child poverty has now hit right-wing media, and that blame game comes after a new report from the Census Bureau was released on September 12th on childhood poverty. According to the Census Bureau's latest report on poverty in the United States, the supplemental poverty rate among children more than doubled between 2021 and 2022, jumping from 5.2% to 12.4% in just one single year. This represents an increase in over 5 million children experiencing poverty in 2022 for a total of about 9 million children. Also increased for all ages by 4.6 percentage points to 12.4% in 2022. This marks the first increase in the supplemental poverty rate since 2010, marks the largest one-year rise in poverty rates on record, according to the Census Bureau. And this was tweeted by Sean Spicer, who you recall worked for President Trump. Also, child poverty more than doubled from 5.2 to 12.4 in just 1 year, the third year in a row talking about it. And then to right-wing media now, we're not going to go into all that because we're on a time crunch, but this is terrible because we saw childhood poverty drop to a historic level after the child tax credit was passed. And remember that for a moment, because a year after anti-poverty programs were established or expanded in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, including the child tax credit, which increased by $1,000 to $1,600 per child for families of all incomes, the Census Bureau reported that childhood poverty had dropped 46% from 2020 to a historic low of just above 5%. Obviously, you look at that and then what do? You blame Biden, right? But he's not the one to blame for this. The child tax credit was a really good thing for the country. It did expire, but it was because Republicans refused to vote with most Democrats on its enhancement into the federal spending bill. And that enhancement briefly included the American Rescue Plan made 3 significant changes to the tax credit for 2021, increasing the maximum credit to $3,600 for children under age 6 and $3,000 for those ages 6 through 17. Heads of households earning up to $112,500 a year and married couples making up to $150,000 were eligible for the full amount. It made the credit fully refundable, so the lowest income families could also qualify, and it sent half the credit to families in monthly installments of up to $300 from July through December last year to help them cover expenses. GOP lawmakers didn't want to make this credit fully refundable because they thought it would discourage parents from working. It's the whole don't give welfare because those people just want the money, they don't want to work attack. They're taking it to now the right-wing media who vilified the childhood tax credit in 2021. Here it is.
This is woke economics, big government, more spending. You said it. Look, child care, it's refundable tax credits. Just giving people more cash without any work requirements, without any employment incentives.
35 million families with nearly 60 million kids for a total price tag, $15 billion, depending on how many children you have, determines how much money you are getting right now in direct deposit. Some would call it welfare. As you heard from Sherrod Brown, he thinks it's progress.
Look at those child welfare payments, the family payments. You think it's going to be easy to take them back, $300 for each child? Once these entitlements are established, it's incredibly hard to get them back because they're things that people like. And that's why this is so destructive.
Well, today the Biden White House championed their expanded child tax credit payments as they continue every day to inch closer to socialism. Now, I've previously been a supporter of modest child tax credits, especially for needy kids. But this is something entirely different. This massive expansion is a step towards universal basic income. Let's call this UBI, universal baby income.
That's clever. Well, the right wing is putting none of the blame on themselves. Bill O'Reilly even going as far as saying that conservatives cutting tax credits, he blamed poverty on having babies out of wedlock with no assets and people becoming a substance abuser. That's why there's poverty. That was his message of the day. So, Cenk, I mean, it's not a surprise, but it's really out of bounds.
Yeah, so child tax credit, as we just showed you, overwhelming evidence to that effect, incredibly successful, brings down child poverty. Great job. And by the way, enormously popular, which even the conservatives admitted in those clips. I think Steve Hilton said, people like it and then it's hard to take away. I think that's how democracy is supposed to work. And then they turn right around and they're like, because it had a 1-year expiration date, right? And it's because the Republicans demanded it. And they go, can you believe that child poverty is going back up? So look, this goes to my usual comments on this. Number one is, Democrats, why don't you re-propose it? Why don't you fight for it? It's incredibly popular and it was incredibly successful. All right, but the Republicans, I guess because people don't pay attention to the news, right? But if you pay attention to the news, how could you not see that all Republicans are liars? They just lie all the time, mercilessly. I mean, and I don't mean the individuals, because like the citizens, they got things to do, right? They got jobs, etc., and not their job to track it, and they don't have any incentive to lie. They're the ones being lied to. I'm talking about the Republican politicians and the Republican media. They're like, oh, child tax credit, terrible, socialist, woke tax, right? Oh, why doesn't Biden help the children? Oh, come on, you guys are disgusting. I vomit your lies. I can't stand your lies. They're just the most poisonous, toxic people I've ever seen. It's just, it disgusts me every time. But finally, it's Democrats. Wakey, call their goddamn bluff. If I was Biden, I'd go do a press conference, I'd play their clips and then go, good news for Fox News, I'm reintroducing the child tax credit. I assume you're all on board. Oh, you're not? Okay, these are the sons of bitches that don't let you get that child tax credit that you loved so much, America. I think this is elementary politics. In Washington, everybody thinks that's outrageous and scandalous and no one should ever do it. I don't understand them. I don't understand Democrats. I don't understand why they think it's so normal to be so weak. Okay, Jackson, last word.
And then perhaps if the Democrats would fight for things like a $15 minimum wage and other stuff like that, general wage increases. If unions would have been strengthened earlier than what Biden's administration did with the National Labor Relations Board, then this type of temporary order, which is the child tax credit, wouldn't be such a big deal, such that as soon as it gets taken away, now we got all these extra kids in poverty. If people were getting paid well, if healthcare wasn't so expensive, if education wasn't so unaffordable, if there wasn't over $1 trillion in credit card debt and so on and so forth, then this child tax credit wouldn't be as important as it is. So I think this is a wake-up call for everybody.
I'll end on this. Jackson said on another story earlier in the show, look, the parties are not the same. So as frustrated as I get with the Democrats for not pushing harder, who got you the child tax credit that actually brought down child poverty? They did it for only 1 year, they should have done it for more, but who did it? It was the Democrats. And who fought against it? It was the Republicans. Every Republican voted against it. Every Republican would vote against it today. Every Republican always votes against the American people on issue after issue after issue. So as you get frustrated with the Democrats, I'm right there with you, brother. But the alternative in this country right now is a disaster. And it's no alternative at all. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.